In this training video, we're going to use a single character, in this case a decorative ding, and repeat it to fill the entire background, and then ghost out the effect to soften the background image. What we do to start with is create a new text box, and in this case I'm going to create a text box with the font base of the ding that I want, in this case CBD Animal Dings. I'm going to take the text box that gets inserted in the upper left hand corner. I'm going to resize and shape it. I'm going to click inside, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my character keyboard, and I'm going to use, say, the letter on the letter C here, the butterfly. I'm going to take that and repeat it a number of times. Click OK. I'm going to take my dings and I'm going to add some blank spaces between them just to space them out a little bit. I'm also going to highlight that line of text, change its size, resize my text box so that it doesn't subject to word wrap. And maybe I will highlight the line again and kern it out a little bit. Okay, so now I've got this line of repeating butterflies. I can take this, I'm going to take my text box at the top and position it where I want it to begin. Well, let's maybe get it half on, half off. I'm going to take that text box, highlight it, and duplicate it. And I could do this a number of times. There's a couple ways I can do this. I could simply keep repeating as I go down the page. When I get to, say, 4 of them, and I get 4 of them in line the way I want them to, and as a lining tool I could take one of my rulers here and make sure that things are lined up. I can do the same thing on this one here. You can see this one's out of position, so I'm going to take that text box and line up the head of that butterfly. Another way I could have done that was to highlight 2 of these at the same time. I'm going to take one out of position to show you what happens here if I swing it way over here. And I highlight the 3rd line that this is going to be in line with. I take my alignment tool and align left. It's going to align the 2 text boxes together on the left side. And so I could take that and then line them up exactly where I want them. In this case, I want to take this one text box at the top and move it up. And assuming that I like the way those 4 look together, one thing I could do here is now say select all, and I've got all 4 text boxes highlighted, and I could do edit copy, and then I could do edit paste, and it pasted a set of those 4 right on top of itself. So if I take these 4 here and I line them up visually where I want the next set of 4 to go, I could then do copy and again paste, and I got another set of 4 here that I could then drag into position, thus making the repeating very quick. I'm stuck with a couple on one line here at the end. I'm just going to simply highlight this text box, and I could go back to my duplicate tool for a single line and then put this one in the position that I want it to go into there. There, now we have a repeating pattern. And if I want to soften this, and I didn't do it at the beginning by making it my color choice for the font, I can do it after the fact with a text box in which we use the Misty factor. So if I take a text box, expand to all attributes, choose my Misty level, and I'll start with 128 just to see what that looks like. You'll see that the text box started up here in the upper left-hand corner, and as I move and reshape it, you'll see how it is covering up and changing the color of the butterfly that's underneath it because it's created a ghosting effect. If I make this the full size of the card, I could leave it like that, or if I don't like it like that, I could right click on it, go back into the attributes, and increase my Misty level just a little bit and make it a background pattern. I want to get rid of these guidelines that I use because I don't need them anymore. It was distracting on screen. And the last thing to do is to go ahead and create some text. So if I go ahead and create a text box, and then I can go ahead and figure out where I want it to go, and I can put some text in that text box. And from here I could resize and add more text. I could also go ahead and choose a different font, such as PE Comics is one of my favorites for kids. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. And if I find that there's too much of a conflict between that text and the background pattern, of course, I can simply right-click on the text box, expand my attributes, and increase my Misty even more. Makes the background a little bit softer. simple to add a photo. And there you have it.